My parents tried to send me to jail because I told the taxman that my brother was illegally keeping money. So looking back, I guess it all kicked off in the most random way, like something out of a bad movie, except it was my life. I don't even remember the exact day, just that it was one of those normal afternoons at my parents' place. Mom was in the kitchen cooking something, probably her go-to spaghetti sauce, and Dad was chilling with his newspaper. My brother Jake was sprawled out on the couch, glued to his phone like always. Everything was chill, or at least I thought it was. Man, was I clueless. Earlier that day, this tax guy showed up, Mr. Hargrove, some short dude in a wrinkled suit, clutching a clipboard like it was his lifeline. He was asking all these weird questions about discrepancies in our family's money. Dad's got this little auto shop that barely breaks even. Mom does some bookkeeping gigs, and Jake? Jake's always hustling. That's his word, not mine. I never dug into what he was up to. Figured it wasn't my problem. I was just trying to scrape by with my coffee shop job, save up some cash, and maybe ditch this town someday. Anyway, Hargrove starts grilling me about Jake. Does your brother have any unreported income? He says, all serious. I didn't even blink, just shrugged and went. Yeah, probably. He's always flexing cash he's got stashed somewhere. Jake's the type to wave a stack of bills at dinner and smirk like he's a big shot. I thought it was no biggie, maybe some side cash from the shop or whatever. Didn't realize I'd just lit a match in a room full of gasoline. Fast forward to that night. I roll in after my shift, and the vibe in the house is off. Like horror movie level tense. Mom's at the stove, stabbing the sauce with a spoon like it personally insulted her. Dad's not reading anymore. He's by the sink, arms crossed, giving me this death stare. Jake's still on the couch, but he's not scrolling now. He's sitting up, glaring at me like I stole his phone or something. What did you say to the tax guy? Dad asks, voice all low and scary. I'm halfway out of my jacket, like, What are we talking about? Don't act dumb, Ellie. Mom snaps, slamming the spoon down so hard sauce splashes everywhere. Jake says the taxman called him today. Said someone tipped him off about unreported income. You were the only one here when that guy showed up. My stomach does a flip. I glance at Jake, hoping he'll laugh it off like usual. Nope. He's just staring jaw tight. You told him I'm hiding money? He says, getting up slow, like he's about to square up. I didn't tell him anything. I say, louder than I mean to. He asked if you had extra cash, and I said yeah, probably. You're always bragging about it. I didn't think it was a big deal. You didn't think? Mom yells. Ellie, they're gonna audit us now, all of us, because you couldn't keep your mouth shut. I'm standing there totally lost. Wait, what? How's that my fault? If Jake's doing sketchy stuff. Sketchy? Jake cuts in, stepping closer. You're calling me sketchy? I'm the one keeping this family going. You think Dad's shop pays the bills? You think Mom's little side hustle covers it? I try to argue, but Dad shuts it down. Enough, he says. Ellie, you should have stayed quiet. Family doesn't snitch on family. Snitch? I laugh, but it's shaky. I wasn't snitching. I just answered a dumb question. Yeah, and now we're all in deep crap, Jake says. He grabs his jacket and storms out, slamming the door so hard the windows rattle. I'm left there with Mom and Dad staring me down, the sauce bubbling over on the stove like some kind of omen. I figured that was it. Just a blowout fight, maybe a few days of them icing me out. Been there, done that. But oh no, it was way worse than that. Later that night, I catch them whispering in the living room. I sneak down the hall, barefoot, and peek around the corner. Mom's pacing, wringing her hands like she's in a soap opera. Dad's on the phone, voice all hushed and sharp. Yeah, she's the one who talked. He's saying, we'll handle it. Just keep Jake clear. Handle what? My heart's pounding, but I don't stick around to eavesdrop more. I bolt back to my old room, where I still crash sometimes when I'm too lazy to drive to my apartment, and lock the door. Something's seriously wrong. Like, I've got this gut feeling I just stepped into a mess I can't even wrap my head around yet. Next morning, I wake up to a text from Jake. You're gonna regret this. No emojis, no nothing, just that. I try to shake it off, tell myself he's just pissed and he'll get over it. Then I hear a car outside. I peek out the window, and there's a freaking cop car in the driveway. 2 officers are walking up, and Mom and Dad are on the porch, looking straight at me like I'm the one they're waiting for. That's when it hits me. This isn't about the taxman anymore. My own family's out to get me. So there I am, staring out my bedroom window at a cop car in the driveway, my parents on the porch looking at me like I'm some kind of fugitive. My phone's still buzzing with Jake's creepy, "You're gonna regret this" text, and I'm just frozen, trying to figure out what the hell is happening. Like, did I accidentally start a crime drama in my own house? Spoiler, yeah, pretty much. The doorbell rings, and I hear Mom's voice, all fake sweet like she's talking to a neighbor about cookies. "Oh, officers, thank you for coming so quickly," she says. "She's upstairs. We just don't know what to do with her anymore." I'm thinking, what to do with me? Last I checked, I wasn't the one hiding cash from the taxman. But before I can even process that, Dad's yelling up the stairs, "Ellie, get down here now." I'm not dumb. I've seen enough cop shows to know you don't just stroll out and hand yourself over when something smells this fishy. So I grab my phone, my keys, and my jacket, and I'm out the back window faster than you can say. Bad idea. It's one of those old windows that sticks, so I'm wrestling with it, half expecting Mom to bust in and catch me. But I make it, drop down into the backyard, and duck behind the shed. My heart's hammering like crazy. From there, I peek around and see the cops stepping inside the house. Mom's laying it on thick, saying stuff like, "She's been taking money from us for months." And Dad's nodding along, all serious. I'm like, excuse me? I haven't stolen a dime from them, ever. If anything, I've been the one tossing spare cash their way when the shop's slow. But here they are, spinning this story to the cops like I'm some master thief. I can't stick around to hear more. I sneak through the neighbor's yard, sorry, Mrs. Carter, and book it to my beat-up little hatchback parked a block away. I'm shaking so bad, I can barely get the key in the ignition, but I peel out and head for my apartment downtown. My brain's a mess. Why are they doing this? Is this about Jake? Did I seriously just become the family scapegoat because I opened my mouth to the tax guy? By the time I get to my place, I've got 3 missed calls from Mom and a voicemail I'm too freaked out to listen to. I lock the door, double-check it, and slump onto my couch, trying to piece it together. That's when it hits me. They're not just mad, they're covering something up. Jake's hustling isn't some small-time gig. And now they're throwing me under the bus to keep him clean. I'm scrolling through my phone, debating who to call. My best friend Tara? A lawyer? When there's a knock at the door. I freeze. No way the cops found me this fast, right? I tiptoe over and peek through the peephole. It's not the cops. It's Jake. He's standing there in his stupid leather jacket, hands in his pockets, looking way too calm for someone who texted me a threat a few hours ago. "Ellie, open the door," he says, loud enough for me to hear through the wood. "We need to talk." Yeah, no thanks. I don't say anything, just back away quiet as I can. He knocks again, harder. "Come on, don't make this worse," he says. "You've already screwed me over once today." I'm thinking I screwed you over, but I don't bite. I grab my phone and text Tara. SOS. Jake's at my door. Parents called cops on me. Help. She's the only one I trust right now. She's known my family's weirdness forever and won't judge me for this mess. Jake gives up after a couple more knocks and leaves, but I'm not dumb enough to think he's gone for good. Tara texts back. WTF? On my way. Stay put. So I wait, pacing my tiny living room, jumping at every creak in the building. When Tara finally shows up, I spill everything, the tax guy, the fight, the cops, all of it. She's wide-eyed, chewing her gum like it's the only thing keeping her calm. Dude, she says when I'm done, your family's lost it. They're framing you to protect Jake's sketchy ass. That's what I'm thinking. I say. But why go this far? What's he even into? Tara shrugs. No clue, but we're finding out. You can't just sit here waiting for them to nail you. She's right. But before we can figure out a plan, my phone lights up with a new text. It's from Dad. Turn yourself in, Ellie. It's for the best. Yeah, for who? So I'm sitting there on my couch, staring at Dad's text. Turn yourself in, Ellie. It's for the best. Like it's some kind of sick joke. Tara's next to me, still chomping her gum, scrolling through her phone like she's about to solve this whole mess with a Google search. My hands are sweaty, my brain's spinning, and I'm just trying not to lose it. Turn myself in? For what? The lie they're feeding the cops about me stealing? This is next level insane. Okay, Tara says, tossing her phone down. We need to figure out what Jake's into. That's the key. Your parents wouldn't go full psycho unless he's hiding something big. Yeah, but how? I say. I don't even know where to start. He's always been shady, but I thought it was, like small stuff, selling parts from the shop or something. Tara smirks. Time to play detective, babe. You got anything of his? Old texts, emails, anything? I think for a sec. Jake's not exactly the let's stay connected type, but he did crash at my place a couple months back when his apartment got fumigated. Total lie, probably, but I didn't push it. He left some stuff, a hoodie, a random USB drive I found under the couch. I grab it from a drawer and hold it up. This? Tara's eyes light up. Jackpot. Plug it in. I hesitate. What if it's, like, illegal stuff? I don't want to get deeper in this. You're already in it, she says, snatching the drive and jamming it into my laptop. Might as well know what we're fighting. The screen pops up with a folder. Jay's files. Real creative, Jake. It's password protected, but Tara's already typing away, guessing stuff like Money 123 and Hustle King. I'm pacing behind her, half expecting the cops to bust in any second. After a dozen tries, she hits it with Cash Money. So dumb it actually works. Inside, there's a bunch of spreadsheets and blurry photos. We click one, and it's a pic of Jake with some dude I don't recognize, standing by a stack of cash and what looks like car parts. No, wait, those are boxes, taped up tight. Drugs? Tara whispers, zooming in. I don't know. I say, my stomach twisting. Maybe? Or something else he's smuggling through the shop? The spreadsheets are worse. Numbers, dates, names, none of it makes sense at first, but there's a column labeled Cuts. One entry says, Mom $500. Another, Dad $1,000. My jaw drops. They're in on it. I say, voice shaking. They're all in on it. Tara nods, grim. Looks like Jake's running something dirty, and they're taking a piece. No wonder they flipped when you talked to the tax guy. I'm freaking out now. So what? They're pinning it on me to keep the heat off him? That's why they called the cops? Exactly, she says. We need more. Something solid to prove it's them, not you. I'm about to agree when my phone buzzes again. It's Mom this time. Ellie, stop running. The police just left. They'll find you soon. My hands go cold. Tara grabs the phone, reads it, and curses. They're not messing around. She says, we've got to move fast. You got a plan B? Not really. I admit, I could crash at your place, but if they're looking for me, nah, my apartment's too obvious. She cuts in. We need somewhere they won't check. And we need to dig deeper into this USB. I think of my old coworker, Max. He's a tech nerd, lives out by the edge of town in this rundown trailer, and owes me a favor after I covered his shifts last year. Max, I say, he's good with computers. Might help us crack this. Tara nods. Let's go. Grab the laptop and that drive. We're not safe here. We're out the door in 5 minutes, hoodies up, ducking through alleys to avoid anyone who might snitch. My heart's pounding the whole way to Max's place. When we get there, he's bleary-eyed, eating cereal in boxers, but he lets us in, no questions asked. I get him the quick version. Family's framing me. Jake's a criminal, I'm screwed. He just shrugs and takes the USB. Let's see what we've got. While he's poking around, Tara keeps watch by the window. I'm a nervous wreck, waiting for sirens or Jake's car to roll up. After what feels like forever, Max looks up. This is heavy, he says. Your brother's moving dirty cash. Looks like payoffs, maybe drugs or stolen goods. And your parents? They're not just in on it, they're helping him hide it. I feel sick. So I'm the fall guy? Seems like it, Max says. But there's more here. Give me a bit, I'll dig up something you can use. Before I can answer, Tara hisses, car. Someone's pulling up. I peek out. It's not the cops. It's Jake's truck. And he's not alone. So there we are, crammed in Max's dingy trailer, staring out the window as Jake's truck rolls up. My heart's in my throat, and Tara's muttering curses under her breath. Max is still hunched over the laptop, clicking away like nothing's happening, but I can tell he's sweating now. The truck stops, and Jake hops out, looking pissed. Worse, he's got this guy with him. Tall, shaved head, tattoos creeping up his neck. Not someone I've seen before, but he's got that vibe like he'd break your kneecaps for fun. Ellie, get down. Tara whispers, yanking me away from the window. We duck behind Max's ratty couch, which smells like old pizza and regret. Jake's boots crunch on the gravel outside, and I hear his voice, loud and sharp. She's here. I know it. That's her car down the road. Crap. My hatchback. I parked it a couple streets over, but I guess not far enough. Tara glares at me like I should have known better, but what was I supposed to do, ditch it? Max finally looks up from the laptop, all wide-eyed. Guys? What's the plan here? No plan. I hiss. Just keep quiet. Maybe they'll leave. Bad chance. The door bangs, hard. Ellie! Jake yells. I see your stuff in there. Open up, or I'm coming in. The tattooed guy says something low I can't hear, but it doesn't sound friendly. Max scrambles to shove the USB into his pocket, muttering, I'm not built for this, man. Tara grabs a baseball bat from the corner. Max plays rec league, apparently, and shoves it into my hands. If they bust in, swing, she says. I'm like, swing at my brother? But she just shrugs. He's not acting like your brother right now. The banging stops, and for a second, I think maybe they're gone. Then I hear the back window creak, the same one I climbed out of at home. They're trying to break in. Tara's right. This isn't family anymore. I grip the bat tighter, my palms sweaty, and nod at her. She creeps toward the back, ready to ambush. Before she gets there, the front door flies open. Jake storms in, tattoo guy right behind him. Max yelps and drops the laptop, which clatters to the floor. I jump up, bat raised, and yell, "Get out, Jake." I'm not kidding. He freezes, eyes narrowing. "You're threatening me? After what you did?" The tattoo guy smirks, cracking his knuckles like we're in some cheesy action flick. "What I did?" I snap. "You're the one hiding dirty money? Mom and Dad are framing me for it, and you're what, gonna beat me up to keep me quiet?" Jake laughs, but it's cold. "You don't get it, Ellie. You opened your mouth to that tax guy, and now we're all exposed. This isn't just about me, it's bigger than that." "Bigger how?" I say, stepping closer, bat still up. Tara's behind them now, silent, waiting for a signal. Jake glances at the tattoo guy, who nods like they've got some secret code. "You think I'm the only one in this?" Jake says. "The shop's a front. Has been for years. Mom and Dad run the books, I move the product. You just blew it all up." I'm shaking, but I don't back down. "So you're all criminals, and I'm the bad guy for telling the truth? You're the bad guy for not keeping your damn mouth shut," he says. "Now put the bat down. We're taking you home." "No chance." Tara cuts in, lunging forward. She shoves the tattoo guy hard, catching him off guard, and he stumbles into Jake. I swing the bat, not at Jake, just at the air, and yell, "Max, go." Max bolts for the back door, USB in hand. Tara grabs my arm, and we're running too, out the front past Jake, who's yelling something I don't catch. Tattoo guy's slow to get up, and we make it to the street before they can follow. My car's too far, so we sprint for Tara's beat-up sedan parked nearby. She floors it, tires squealing, and we're gone. I'm gasping, adrenaline pumping. "What the hell was that?" I say. "He said the shop's a front." "Yeah." Tara says, eyes on the road. "And that guy with him?" "Not a local. We're in deep now." My phone buzzes, Max. Got out. USB's safe. Found names. Big ones. Call me. I don't know whether to feel relieved or terrified. Jake's not just hustling. He's tied to something way uglier. And my parents? They're not innocent either. We need answers. Fast. So we're peeling out of Max's trailer park in Tara's junker sedan, my heart still racing from that showdown with Jake and his creepy tattooed buddy. I'm clutching my phone, rereading Max's text. Got out. USB's safe. Found names. Big ones. Call me. Tara's driving like a maniac, weaving through back roads to shake anyone tailing us. I'm a mess. Half of me wants to curl up and cry, the other half's ready to burn everything down. My own family's trying to ruin me, and I'm still piecing together why. Call him. Tara says, eyes flicking to me. We need to know what's on that drive. I dial Max, hands shaky. He picks up fast. "Ellie, you okay?" "Barely." I say. "What did you find?" He's breathing hard, like he's still running. "That USB? It's a gold mine. Jake's not just moving cash. He's tied to some serious players. There's a guy named Victor Russo on those spreadsheets. Ever heard of him?" "No." I say, but Tara gasps. "Wait, Russo? Like the mob guy Russo? Mob?" I yelp. "Max, what the hell?" "Yeah," Max says. "He's big time. Drugs, laundering, you name it. Your brother's been funneling cash through the shop for him. Your parents, too. Those cuts we saw? Payments to keep them quiet. But here's the kicker. There's a file with your name on it, Ellie. Fake receipts, forged signatures. They've been setting you up as the fall guy for months." I feel like I've been punched. Months? They've been planning this? Looks like it, Max says. Probably in case the taxman ever sniffed around. You talking to Hargrove just sped it up. Tara's shaking her head. Your family's psycho. What's the move? We've got proof now. I say, voice trembling but firm. I'm not letting them pin this on me. Max jumps in. I'm sending copies of everything to my cloud, safe spot. You take it to the cops, Ellie. The real cops, not whoever your parents called. On it. I say. We hang up, and Tara swings the car toward the highway. There's a state police station an hour out, far enough that it's not in my family's pocket. My phone's blowing up with texts from Mom and Dad. Where are you? This is your last chance. But I mute them. I'm done playing their game. The drive's tense. Tara keeps checking the mirrors, and I'm clutching the bat like it's a lifeline. We make it to the station just as the sun's dipping low. Inside, I spill everything to a cop named Officer Delaney, a no-nonsense lady who actually listens. I show her Max's screenshots, explain the USB, the tax guy Jake's threats. She's typing fast, eyebrows climbing higher with every word. This is a lot, she says when I'm done. If this checks out, your family's in deep. You're sure about this? Dead sure, I say. They tried to sell me out. I'm not going down for them. Delaney nods. Sit tight. We'll pull the files from your friend and start digging. Hours drag by, coffee, waiting rooms, Tara cracking bad jokes to keep me sane. Finally, Delaney comes back. We've got enough to move, she says. Russo's a known name. Your brother's truck just got picked up. Him and a guy matching your description of the tattooed one. Your parents, too. They're in custody. I slump back, dizzy with relief. It's over. Not yet, she says. We'll need you to testify. But with this evidence, they're not pinning squat on you. It's not victory, not really. My family's done, and I'm the one who helped take them down. Tara drives me back to her place after, and we crash on her couch, splitting a pizza. She's scrolling X, already seeing whispers about a bust in our town. You're a legend, she says, grinning. I don't feel like one. I feel hollow. Jake's glare, Mom's fake tears, Dad's stern voice. They're all stuck in my head. But I've got the truth now, and they can't touch me anymore. A week later, Max texts me a link. It's a news article. Local family tied to crime ring. My name's not in it. Delaney kept her word. I scroll the comments, people shocked, some calling it karma. One says, hope the whistleblower's okay. I smirk. Yeah, I'm okay. Barely. I'm crashing with Tara for now, saving up again. The coffee shop's quiet without family drama, and I'm dreaming of that fresh start somewhere new. Maybe I'll get there. For now, I've got my freedom, and that's enough.